Hello everyone, and welcome to Not Everyone Is Here, and in today's episode we're going to be covering Klonoa. Klonoa as a series is very interesting because I've always known about it since I was a kid, but for me I just sort of took it as a slow platformer that's kind of like Super Mario Brothers USA, or Super Mario Bros. 2 as we called it, or Doki Doki Panic, whatever name you want to call it by. It was essentially one of those games where, you know, you take something, you grab it and you toss it. That's how I always seen Klonoa. Not only that, but I only knew Klonoa because of my love for Sonic, because Klonoa basically looks like a Sonic character. Difference? Well, if you were to compare him to Sonic, well, Sonic only wears shoes and gloves. This guy has a full attire on. And hey, he even has Pac-Man on his hat, which I think is an intentional design choice to make him stand out in a few other ways, but it's just kind of cool just to see Pac-Man there. I've always liked that little aspect of Klonoa's design because he just basically looks like a 90s kid, which, well, I mean, I guess that is appropriate, or at least what the 90s would try to interpret as 90s, and then, yeah, I don't understand the fashion choice of back then, but I don't really have to. Klonoa, I can see, is very beloved. I mean, with Artsy Omni, if I can reference him for a second, he obviously did Smashified along with his friends or co-workers, whatever you want to call them, I don't know. And in that series, one of the first ones he did, before Rayman actually, was Klonoa. And funny enough, Klonoa was also used for fake Smash Leagues. So Klonoa kind of has that small, again, kind of connection to Smash in terms of speculation, but as I said before, I kind of always mistook Klonoa for just being another Sonic character, which he obviously isn't. His games are much more unique than more Sonic games. You know, Sonic tends to kind of jump over places, but Klonoa just seems to have just sort of stayed the same gameplay style with obviously changes into mechanics and stuff like that. As I've said, I'm not a big fan of the series because I never really played it. I've always known about it, I've always seen it, but I've never really truly been interested. However, I can also acknowledge that people really do like this character, and it's also reasonable why people would like to see this character in Smash in some way, shape, or form. Me personally, I think he has very cool design, and it just kind of bothers me again that Bandai Namco just seems to not feature a lot of their, you know, franchises. I mean, yes, Pac-Man does represent a lot of franchises through his taunts, but I mean, you don't really see Klonoa there or Soul Calibur there, you know. So I've always found it weird that Bandai Namco has all these franchises, yet despite working on Smash, they just never seem to add any of these franchises in any meaningful way, be it spirits or even costumes. I mean, wouldn't it be sick to have like a Klonoa Mii costume with like the hat and the clothes, right? Or maybe it could be a deluxe Mii, you know? Give him something, because I just feel that Bandai Namco doesn't really care, because it just feels like Bandai Namco doesn't really care for any of their franchises, including the last one I'll be talking about for the next episode. Hopefully we see something from Klonoa, and I said that for every other Bandai Namco franchise I've talked about, but again, it just bothers me because I grew up with a lot of Bandai Namco franchises. I played a whole lot of them, and there is definitely one more that I want to cover aside from the one I'll be covering next time, but it's just so weird to me that Bandai Namco just doesn't seem to want to represent any of their franchises that isn't just Pac-Man or Tekken. And yes, we do have a Gil, you know, Mii costume, we have a Lloyd Mii costume, but like, that's it. You can't put Tales of Spirits, you can't put any spirits for Gil. I mean, literally all the taunts featured with Pac-Man could be spirits in themselves. A Mappy spirit, I love Mappy. Oh, but sad, Mappy's already in the taunt, there's a remix. Well, more. You know what I mean? It just sort of bothers me, especially when you consider the fact that one of the main things that Bandai Namco does represent in Smash is their arcade stuff. Klonoa, to my knowledge, has never been an arcade game, or never has one, though he probably might have and I just missed it somehow. But Klonoa is more recent-ish. I say recent-ish, PS1 era, but recent-ish compared to what they actually have in Smash. Again, it's so bothersome, and I'm really confused by it all. but I would like to know your guys' thoughts below. And as always, leave your comments below on who you'd like me to cover. Again, they don't have to be franchises that I have to be well versed in. I just think it's nice to actually talk about other franchises instead of the same 5 characters that's always discussed. Who knows, maybe one of the franchises I'll end up talking about because of you may actually be one of the final characters, you know, when I say one of, but the final character in Smash. So leave your request. Is there a character you think that no one's talking about that's really missing out? I'd love to hear it. I'd gladly talk about that franchise. And with that, please take care, be safe, and enjoy the rest of your day. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Peace.
I'm coming through, partner, we can do this right. You're the fire, I'm the wind tonight. Burning dread, haha, that's right, baby.